Hello. What's up? There is weird stuff on my screen. It's the last day and I haven't done my 20 minutes yet, so we got to do my 20 minutes here. Oh, wait. It's not flat. My spinner's not flat and it's whoop. Oh boy. Hello, Carrie Chapman. How are you? Good morning. Good afternoon. Good night. Good afternoon. What's going on? Hello. You guys, I am getting super excited to announce the prizes tomorrow. I was actually kind of doing a little mental inventory on what prizes there are for the Tour de Fleece, and I was like, this is good. How is everybody? Kelly's about to sort laundry. I did it this morning. Kelly, I'm with you. In fact, as soon as we're done here, I am going to start our laundry. Hello, Stabby. Look at you guys. Nyla, your shirt has been shipped. I don't think you got an email about it. I've had a couple, just a few little issues with the orders not going as fast as I think they should. So I've gotten like really on the checking of the orders and stuff to make sure stuff's going out. So Carrie said Matt today, but Dan is excited that he won TDF by getting here first. Oh my gosh. Anne said, hello, how are you? I am doing well today. Thank you, Jojo. It's hot here, so I put my hair up at the last minute. I cut it this morning, and it's still too hot to have it down. Nikki said, working on a knitting design. Dreamweaver, busy weaving while watching. That's good. Hello, Rico. Athena said, hi, everyone. I'm happy to catch you live again. How are you? How are you? Doing well. Elizabeth said, I'll be in and out for a while because I'm running the front desk today, and that is so not my jam. I'm so sorry. Is it like busy on a Sunday? Probably, huh? Rachel said, goodness, y'all, I'm finally feeling better, and my husband and oldest boy have COVID. I'm so sorry. Oh, June, I'm so glad. She said, hello, Trish. Thank you so much for all you did for us. This was the best TDF ever. I'm so glad. I've been thinking about it because we are going to have like a awesome bunch of prizes to give away after. And I feel like we had so dang much fun this time. This was most fun for me that I've ever had. And I'm thinking like our group, our Facebook group grew by a lot, I think, because of the tour. And I'm thinking next year it's going to be like, poof, because it was fun and prizes. Hello, Nana. Sarah said it's humid here in Virginia. Actually got overheated earlier and had to lay down. Oh no. In front of the air before passing out. Hello, Rox. Hello, Terry. She said, morning, tribe, still working on applying my singles. Hello, Crystal. Look at you guys. Elizabeth said, TDF is always such a blast with the tribe. I feel like this worked the best, though. Teen said, hi, tribe. Still spinning my same green and gray. I've been working on the whole tour. TDF has been awesome. I'm going to take a photo tomorrow of everything I did. I think that's a great idea. Rock said, this was my first TDF and I've had a blast. I read your comment. I'm pretty sure I answered that you have been practicing your long draw a lot. The inspiration of all of you people who have been doing like new things has been so good for me. I needed it. We have so many firsts and like progress on things that people felt not comfortable with. It's been awesome. Sarah said it's been fun watching everyone participate in the tour. Hello, Margarita. She said, I've missed you guys. Caitlin said, hi, watching while I work at the gallery. Hello, Cynthia. Anne said, this TDF was so fun. No pressure, just a lot of cheering each other on. That's how it should be, right? It's the pressure. We don't need it. We have pressure in enough other places. Bristol said, oh my gosh, did I just make my mic make a loud noise? I'm so sorry. I love how our TDF was relaxed. I couldn't afford to spin 6 hours a day. Do people do that? No, they better not. Um, Alice said, let me start by saying I totally failed at Tour de Fleece. No, don't say that. No, you cannot start. I will not let you start by saying that. Nope. Crocheting some skillet mitts. I'm having a hot flash already. And koozies today from Handspun. Athena said, I just read my TDF list and found out I have done everything I plan to do, as well as learned some extra techniques along the way. I loved it. Anne said, I made my spin goal. Now I have tons of applying to do. Alice said, by the way, I love you, Trish and Tribe. We love you too, Alice. I hope you feel that. Margarita's been crocheting. I don't know why I can't talk today. Carrie said, Athena, that's awesome. Rock said, I was having so much fun spinning this morning, but I had to stop or I wouldn't have anything to spin right now. Oh my goodness. What kind of problem is that? Crystal said, Alice, you did not fail. This was a choose your own adventure. Exactly. Hello, Jordan. Hello, Sarah. I completely dropped out of Tour de Fleece for the last few days. I was having migraines and just couldn't do it. I'm glad for what I got done, though. That's what I want to hear. Carrie said, oh, shoot. I'm currently going too quick for me, guys. Not doing anything fiber related. The kitten is snuggled up to me. That's okay. That's good. Anne said, didn't make my learn to spindle spin goal. I still can't do it, but I'm going to keep trying. That's fine. Oh. Sarah said, I didn't meet my goal, but still happy that I tried. Carrie said, dang, I'm sorry. Kathy said, hi, I loved having the support during this time. My daughter's wedding was such a great reason to do spindle spinning, which I enjoy. It was really, the pictures were so nice, Kathy. Alice said, I failed my choose. That's what makes me mad, but lesson learned, less pressure on myself next time. That's right. Nyla said, spinning a lot and learned a bunch of new techniques, not on social media otherwise, but spinning every day. Well, that's awesome. Athena said, I hope you feel better, to Sarah. Melissa said, hey, everyone, I'm listening while organizing my stash. That is awesome. Oh. Ella said, you know, I feel your love, Trish. I'm glad. Cynthia said, I've been participating in Greenwood Fiberworks Tour de Fleece. It has been amazing. So much fun to see everyone's posts. Crystal said, Alice, you still didn't fail. You learned something. There you go. Danielle said, hi, Fiber Tribers. Happy last day of the tour. Alice said, that's true, Crystal. Margarita said, I've also been working on 3D printing a cone winder. Interesting. I've got to make sure I get my 20 minutes in today. This is serious. Did everybody finish? Did you already do your last day goal? Did you miss the because I think, didn't I, last year or the year before, I did a live every day, and then we did a long one for the end of the tour. That was too long. But still, was that last year or the year before? Caitlin said, I spun for about 45 minutes this morning, and then I had to leave for work. I just wanted to stay home and spin. I've had that before. Kate said, I just tore out the toe and 20 rounds of her super sock, but it's okay. My daughter will enjoy these more than I will, and now they will actually fit her. I appreciate the park option, less stress. 100%. That's the goal. Margarita said, I'll post when I finish. Interesting. Elizabeth said, I was hoping to finish my last bit of singles before work at 4, but since I'm running the front, I'll be spinning the end when I get off. There you go. That's something to look forward to, though, when you get out of work, right? Nikki said, during Tour de Fleece, I started a new job as a resit worker and a new blanket design. I don't know what resit means. So I have 100 grams more to spin for my Attune shawl, but I did get 3/4 of the spin done, so that's good. That's a lot. I think so, too, Carrie. Carrie said, I think it was 2 years ago. I don't think it was last year. Rachel said, I started back up on my breed study, and when I get to Herdwick, I stopped because I didn't like the way it felt at all. It is weird. So it's not weird, but it's very coarse and kempy. So I didn't get that done. Funny how texture can affect us so much. Hello, Craft Design is still spinning. Stephanie, oh, I lost you, Stephanie. I'm sorry. Crystal said, I have a fleece soaking and one dyeing. I should grab my spinning. Danielle said my goal was to spin all the singles for my combo spin, which I got done a few days ago. Good job. And I even got 80% plied. Wow. I have one bobbin left. Kelly said I haven't spun at all this week. I was wrapped up in a garter stitch short row shawl that was flying well until I ran out of my background color. Uh-oh. I ordered another skein. Good. Kate said I missed a few days, but overall I'm so happy with how I'm still looking forward to consistent spinning. It never got old, which is exciting. Oh, respite worker. Got it. For hospice or for foster. I know that they both have that. Maybe it's something else. Margarita said I was hoping that my foot that started Wednesday was just a broken foot. Turns out I'm a fat old man because it's gout. Oh, no. I'm sorry. At least there's stuff they can do. Kelly said I enjoyed the daily lives whenever they were. Oh, I think I did do that last year, didn't I? I did both years. Elizabeth said it was definitely 2 years ago because I was having trouble with my air conditioning in my apartment and was participating from Walmart so I could stay cool. You never told me that, Elizabeth. Stabby said I thought I would get a full 8 ounces spun and plied. I only did 4 and working on finishing my plying while I watch, and I think I only missed one day. I think I missed a day somewhere. Maybe not. Rachel said I have 3 different spinning projects going, so you would think it wouldn't be that hard to squeeze in 20 minutes. Oh, Rachel said I'm still applying my 24 ounces of combo spin. The singles are lace weight, so there is so much to ply. Oh, Nikki's got to go. Bye, Nikki. Kathy said I just finished plying the camel on my spindle. Now my last goal is to card alpaca, heading to the porch while listening. All right, Kathy. All these goals. I love that a lot of you guys are saying, like, I didn't hit my goal, but I got a lot done, and that is really cool. That's really cool. That wouldn't have been done. Stabby said, I watched for several years, and this is the first I participated. It's been fun. Sarah said, please hit the thumbs up. If you can, please do. It's helpful. Alice wants to know why her cat always parks on her exactly when she needs to refill her drink or go pee. I don't know, but Luther also knows. And I feel guilty moving him, but I have to do it. So Teen said I had so much fun one of the Zooms this year. You know what? I wanted to make it to the last one, and I didn't see it until like the day after. So I was a little bummed. Caitlin said they just know. They just know. Crystal said, oof, I have a lot of yarn to wash. That's good. Thanks, Anne. Just for anybody waiting, because I know a couple of you are, and I think, Anne, you might be one. I will have the last 4 days of merchandise all uploaded / whatever. Pretty much right after the live today. It's on my list of stuff to get done. And it's going to happen right after. So then it'll be up till 8:15, and that's it. And no, I won't change my mind. Okay. Amanda said, Amanda said, hey y'all, I'm glad to make it this time. Late is better. No, you're not late. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. You are where you should be. Rico said, go get them, guys. Just sitting here trying to work on not tilting my head while knitting. Oh, that'll come on its own, Rico. Amanda said, I haven't spun all this Tour de Fleece, but Echo dyed some wool. If you did wool stuff, I feel like it's fleece related, right? Carrie said, yes, I got so much done, and I'm going to keep up with a little bit of processing every day because it makes such a difference. Isn't it shocking? Like, if you just do 15 or 20 minutes or whatever a day, you can just do crazy things that you think are overwhelming. Anne said, I have one pup perched on my knee and one making full butt contact next to me. Louis right here. always. Alice said I was struck by the difference in texture spinning the BFL silk after working on the bamboo for so long. Have y'all noticed, had reactions to changes like that? I have had that when spinning, especially earlier on. I don't notice it as much anymore. I think because I often have multiple projects going. But I also have it when I'm knitting sometimes. When I go from like a lace weight or a sock weight to a bulky, I'll notice just how totally different it feels. Anne said, can you make? I can't. I don't have. Oh, I wish could, and there is no like way to do that from the printer, if that makes sense. 8/15, August 15. So that gives 3 weeks. I figured 3 weeks is fair, right? And because I had some trouble with that printer, I'm not 100% happy. I don't feel like people should have to wait as long as some of those orders took. Everybody was nice. Nobody was like rude about it or anything, but now I'm staying on them with the whip like crazy. And I'm not sure if I'm going to stay with them next time I put stuff out. So that's one of the reasons why I'm putting a time limit on it, because I'm doing some research already to decide if it's going to switch to somebody else with better service. Wendy said I didn't make a goal. I just wanted to see how much I could do just for fun. That's a great goal, Wendy. Hello, Evie. Evie's on lunch break. What are you having for lunch, Evie? I didn't have lunch. Terry said I have plied almost all my singles. I'm so happy with the amount plied. Still need to wet set them all. Awesome. Kate said, I notice needle size jumps when I have a few projects going, like jumping from a sock to sweater and back. My hands have to adjust. It feels so different, doesn't it, Kate? And when you've had little tiny ones in your hands and then you grab up like a size of a pair of like 10s or something, it feels like, I don't know, just like these big chunky. Sarah said this was my first TDF. My goal was to do something fiber related for 10 to 15 minutes each day in order to help me get out of my slump after the death of Sarah, I'm so sorry, of her mom in February. It worked and I will keep going. I'm so glad it helped. It's interesting how feeling, I don't know what the word is, but I guess there's more than one feeling word for it, can make you not feel like doing the things that you actually love. So I'm really glad to hear that I got you back to doing something you love at a hard time, because it's helpful. Hi, Sally. Missy said my spinning has improved so much. Thank you for sponsoring a TDF team. I want to thank you all from the bottom. You're welcome. It was so fun this year. It was even less pressure for me. Sarah said, I'm so sorry to Sarah. Elizabeth said, going from sock needles to big needles like a US 6 or bigger makes my hands feel stupid for a while. It's so strange, isn't it? And when you think that a sock needle, could be anywhere from 2 millimeters to 2.5 millimeters, and a size 6 is only 4 millimeters. So it's not that much difference really, but it feels so different. Kate said, hang on. The big sizes feel so clunky, but then the small sizes seem like sewing needles, and I have to remind myself, yes, not to hunch over like an old lady. Oh, Kate, you're talking to an old lady. Athena said to Sarah, I'm sorry for your loss, and I'm glad that the crafting makes you feel a bit better. Oh, I love that. Carrie said, I'm so glad you decided to host. It felt more like a party than a team. I love that it felt like a party. It did feel a little bit like a party. It was like, I don't know. Hello, Pete. How are you? He said, I hope you're okay. I hope you're okay. How are you? Tell me. I want to hear everything that's going on with you, Pete, because your life is fascinating compared to mine. Hello, Eileen. She said, good to be here, old lady. Hey, my friend, you are younger than me. I'm an old lady in my heart. All these kids make me feel old, too. We have decided that on August 19, all of our kids are going to be invited here for a pool party. And I'm already thinking like, oh no, I got to get the house ready and the yard. It's okay. They don't care. Athena said I really recently went to my first wool fair and bought some Tyroler, I don't know how to pronounce it, mountain sheep fiber. I noticed the staple length is really, really short. Good thing I now learned about long draw. I'm going to need it. Yes, it'll be perfect for that though, right? Pete is decorating the house. Pete moved. And I'm super jealous actually about his move, which is why I said his life is interesting. Sarah said we're not old, Trish, we're vintage. I'm a classic. Cynthia said I found a container of the drink Tang. Oh my god, I love Tang. From 2011 expiration date. I hated to waste it, so I used it for a dye. It is so pretty. I just have to rinse the sugar out. I'd be interested to hear how that goes. Sarah said, I have read that making things with your hands helps with healing. I just read something actually about how it will help with serotonin, so it kind of makes sense, right? Hello, Kathia. Alice said, agreed. Love that the only competition was self-improvement. Is that not what everybody does, though? Is anyone on multiple teams? Is it different? Can you tell I don't know. I had not been on a team before I hosted one here, which the first time was in 2021, I think, for long. I'm trying to think how long. Maybe 6 or 7 years. Hello, Shaylee. Pete said, no, the move is next spring to France. I thought you moved already. Okay, at the moment it's painting, decorating, and decluttering. Okay, so that means you're at that point, Pete. Correct me if I'm wrong, because we did this, where you're doing all the things to your house that and you're asking yourself, like, why did we not do this when we just lived here ourselves and we're doing it for someone else? Because we did that, and I think now we're doing it again, kind of. We're not getting things done. And then someday when we want to move, we're going to have to, do a bunch of that stuff again. Sarah said to Sarah Faye, spinning, crocheting, knitting absolutely helps with my anxiety. Alice said to Shaylee, love your channel. Caitlin said I can barely keep up with participating with one team. I can see that. Pete, okay. Pete said, yes, I love the house now. That's what happened to me last time. I quit my job because I knew I wasn't going to be able to keep it after we moved. And I decorated every room. It was perfect, pristine paint everywhere, new tile. I put in new flooring, hardwood flooring. And I'm like, this house is so beautiful. Why are we leaving? New landscaping. Aaron said this team helped me stay focused, and I enjoy plowing through half of the alpaca I have to spin. Wow. Aaron, half of it. Hello, Tracy. I didn't know you had bees. Did I, Tracy? Aaron said 700 grams into 1,250 yards fingering. That is awesome. That's a nice weight for alpaca, too. Not saying other weights aren't good. I just think it's nice. Danielle said I was on one other team via Instagram, and it was very similar to this group, just fun personal goals. It was called the Stash Dashers. So in a way, the goal was to spin from stash. Sarah Faye said Trish RL. No, you know what? We have a lot of that, and it does not confuse me. But and I'm not trying to say people should do this, but if they have pictures up in their, how the little avatars, what do you call those? Whatever. If they have pictures up, it makes it easier for my brains. But it's okay. Alice said, don't forget that like button, kids." Eileen said, "Wow, Erin, 700 grams, that's so much." It is. Carrie said, "I remember that feeling when we moved last time." Ooh, hang on, I got a thick spot. "We finally decided that we will probably be in this home forever, and we decided that once our credit cards are paid off, we'll get a home improvement loan and bring this 1848 home back." I bet that is, oh, to its old beauty. I bet that's a lot of stuff. Because when I met John, my house that I had bought after my divorce and that my son and I lived in was built in 1918, and there was a lot. So I can only imagine what a house from 1848, you know, how much there would be to do. Dawn said, "Hi, all. Finally caught another live. We just got 2 kittens, so I'm listening while they explore the house." Oh my goodness. Yep. Pete, I totally feel that. He said, "We're doing everything in the house we should have done." Kate said to Erin, "Did you spin the alpaca short forward or long draw? I have pencil roving alpaca and I can't decide which way to go." Missy said, "The only pressure I felt during Tour de Fleece was from stopping my spinning to take a photo and document my journey, but that documentation really helped me improve." That's great. I agree. Kathy said, "Hand cards are work." I agree. "Sun porch is hot." She came back in. Good idea. Heading downstairs to use drum carder. Okay, Pete is in an old cottage too then. Okay. Hello, Jerry. Okay, Carrie said it's so much stuff because it was redone very badly in the 80s. Sometimes that's even worse. Um, when you have to like undo and redo stuff, you know what I mean? We're actually about to do something here out. You guys will eventually see it out in our John's barn. So, you know. Oh, Sarah wants Dawn to share pictures of the kittens on Facebook. We do love the kitten pictures, or the puppy pictures, or the grown dogs, grown cats, whatever. Eileen said, "What is everybody working on?" "I'm knitting on my first hand spun sweater. So exciting." That's awesome, Eileen. I guess I've seen you have knit so many sweaters. I did not realize that you had not done a hand spun one. Hello, Rhonda. Uh-oh. Margarita said Jerry is installing a new front door. I'm sure he would have said hello if he wasn't so frustrated. Oh, I'm sorry. I was wondering, Margarita, if you guys came to Indiana this summer. Blah, 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 blah. Crystal said, "Oh, the first hand spun sweater." I still have my first hand spun sweater. It was for John. And it got kind of too small for him. And now it's mine. Dawn said, "Will do for pics." JD Select's at work listening in. I like it. Danielle said, "I'm doing the same thing. I'm doing the same, Eileen. Just finished my swatch for it using my Tour de Fleece yarn. Yay." Cynthia said, "The tang is amazing. I used 1 cup to a half pound of wool. It has, yes, it has citric. That's one of the reasons I think Kool-Aid is fun." So she just let it heat for a half hour at about 180. Shaylee's knitting the coming home cardigan for her niece. Stephanie said, "Is 638 yards of 3.8 ounces a lace weight?" I'm guessing it is, but wanted a fingering weight. Oh well, I tend to go thinner and thinner. It happens to a lot of us. Need to work on making thicker. So, I just for me, Stephanie, if I have somewhere around 4 ounces, I can usually expect, if I'm getting a fingering weight, to be around 400 yards, roughly. So probably that is in the lace range. I don't know for sure. Kind of depends on how it was spun. And Andy said, "I'm just working on socks when I can. My mom and my dog had surgery last week." Oh my goodness. Is everybody okay, Andy, so far? Pete said, "Today it's clearing clothing out. So many I've never worn and don't fit, complete with labels on." Don't worry about it, Pete. I mean, don't even think about that part. It's going to bless someone else. Tina said dropping in late, but hello from super hot California. Eileen spun most of the yarn up last summer on turkey spindles only, so maybe a bit slower to spin. It'll still be really cool to have your own hand spun sweater. Tracy said, well, after I cool down, I will be processing 7 frames of honey. Once that is all cleaned up, I will spin on a gradient braid. 7 frames, is that a lot, Tracy? I don't really know. We do know somebody who has bees in the area, and I really wish they would put a hive in the back of our property. We have a lot of bees, though. Margarita said we were there for 2 weeks. My friends are going through some issues, and we were there to try to make life normal again. Oh, I'm sorry. Rhonda said, I'm feeling you, Tina. It's triple digits here in Texas, too. Ooh. Uh-oh. Eileen said, hi, Tina. Nice and cool here in London. Nice. Pete said, the next job I'm creating an office craft workroom. As we move out, it's going to be beautiful. Thank you. I'm so thankful that you understand that, Pete, because I think there are some people who are like, what are you talking about? But we did that, and and we're doing it again. Even though we swear we wouldn't, we're doing it again. Andy said, yes, both are doing well, but keeping me busy. I'm glad they're doing well, though. Missy said, the other day I heard someone say their hand knits seem to shrink in the closet. It made me laugh. I have so many hand knits that have shrunk in the closet. I couldn't have become larger. Okay, for John's sweater, I think it was washing it. Has felted it just a little bit. Margarita said, we picked up the fleeces. He definitely is not getting larger. He's getting cuter. Margarita said, we picked up the fleeces. I still haven't looked at it. They stuffed 3 feed bags full of fleece. We only had room for 1, so 2 bags are still at my friend's house. 3 feed bags is a lot of fleece. Tina said 105 yesterday, and this collar is a sweltering scarf. And I still have another month in it. Oh no. Terry said, here in the Pacific Northwest, it is 75. It'll be 87 as a high. I've been praying for everyone that's in the triple digits. I did not even know there was a heat wave. You can tell I kind of stay off the... I'm going to look and see what ours is. It's not that hot. Oh, never mind. I don't even want to tell you guys. Elizabeth said, I think there are a lot of us that put off improvements we would love until we get ready to leave. I've done it. So have my parents and my sister. No, Sarah. Sarah said, Trisha, are you and John moving again? No. I just noticed that we talk about things that we would like to do or get done, or like we have multiple 3/4 of the way or even more projects done that just need small things. And if we don't make a list and post it somewhere, we don't do it. It's like you live with it and you see it over and over again and you kind of forget it's there. Do you know what I mean? And so I hope you guys know what I mean. So we don't purposely do it, but we just put those things off because we're living our lives just like everybody. Crystal said, do you think it would be a little suspicious if I asked my friend's husband for their address while threatening him to keep his big mouth shut? It might be a little suspicious, but if you threaten him correctly, he'll still do it. Missy said, we always seem to get all our home projects done just before we sell. I feel like that's just so relatable. Margarita said, I figured if it's any good, I'll let you know. Okay. I didn't want to stress over it. Oh, you shouldn't stress over it. Don't stress over it. We all have enough to stress about. Sarah said, I get it. It's easy to live with things you hate until it's time to leave. Yeah. Hey, and if we wait long enough, maybe it'll come back in style. Like we had this kind of unusual colored fixtures in one of our bathrooms at our old house, and they kind of came back in style. So it was not that hard to make it look good, let's say. Tracy said, it will probably, 16 pounds of honey. I had to make some free space for the girls to keep working. Yeah. I'm fascinated about it, Tracy. I'm scared to do it myself, partly because I would feel the responsibility of, you know, exactly what you're saying. And I don't know what I'm doing, but I am totally fascinated. Andy said it's in the 60s here on the north coast of Oregon. My poor aunt just had to fly home to 110s. Oh. Sarah said I set up a board on Trello. I use Trello to help keep track of all the house projects. I love that. I use Trello for my channel. If I used it for the house projects, I might get more done. I never even considered it. Pete said you become blind to the issues. It's what we have done. It's so easy to do when you just live with it. Alice said I never forget how much I hate my kitchen cabinets. Yes, just terrified of the money to replace them. That might be part of the problem of why we don't do certain things until we're getting ready to move. Craft Design said my mother always said that she knew she was moving when all the windows had curtains. Sorry, Carrie said bees are amazing. My throat has been weird lately. Crystal said I have some prep before I pack up the yarn, so I'll have to think about it. Of course, he also might not ask to. He knows I have memory issues, and her and I send stuff to each other. There you go, from time to time. I would think that he would just say, oh, they're sending each other, she's sending her a little treat. That's fun. You know? Pete said I will look into it, Sarah. Rhonda said that happened to us too. We went to Colorado where the highs were in the low 70s, lows in the 30s, and then we flew home to Texas. The first day we were back, it was 110. It looked like you had an awesome trip though, Rhonda, and I am super jealous that you got into that store in Estes Park because when we were there, I'm not joking, we drove over like I think 4 times and no one was in the store any of the times that I drove over there. Maybe they were on a vacation or something. There was nothing, up. I'm just so jealous you got in there. Tracy said bees are amazing to watch. It is not too much work except every now and again. Hello, Irini. She said, hi, everyone. It's so hot here in Greece. I can't even think. Hope you are all fine. I hope you're fine, Irini. I'm sorry it's so hot there. Carrie said, I have seen the wallpaper in our kitchen. She said, it's pastoral. Interesting. Ugly. It's super 80s, right? To me, it looked 80s. I guess perhaps early 90s, but probably not. Rico said 8. What does that mean, Rico? Evie said, I kept asking around for someone to reinstall my deck. It took 2 months. I couldn't find anybody, so I did it myself in 2 weeks. I saw your picture, Evie, and I meant to ask you if you had done it yourself. It looked from the post like you had done that yourself. That is so cool. Did you have to do the whole like understructure of it, or did you just need new planks? Eileen said, hi, Irini. I hope there are no wildfires near you. Do you have those in Greece again? Or I guess I should say in Greece, period? I have not seen that. Oh, no. We're still getting Canadian smoke. Alice said, oh, Irini, I heard about your fires. Awful thinking of you all. Carrie said, yet very 80s. I thought it was 80s, but sometimes you can't tell unless you can see it in person. Rhonda said the local yarn store in Estes Park was cute. They had more fabric, than yarn, but it was all gorgeous. I came home with a quilt kit, locally dyed yarn for a shawl, and 3 kits for hats from the National Park book. That's fun. Oh no. Sarah said our house was built by a bunch of drunk monkeys. Whenever we go to fix something, we end up having same. To fix 5 other things before we can work out the original project, it's very discouraging. We have that, but it wasn't drunk monkeys. But we do know who it was, though. Irini said the island of Rhodos is burning. Oh, I did not see that. Why am I so out of the loop on everything? I stay away from the news. Robin said from central Canada, and the smoke is so bad today, I'd swear the smoke is just outside my city, and in face, it's coming from the Arctic. I can't believe we can smell it. Like, smell it from here. Sarah said, I also love bees, but I don't have the bandwidth to care for hives, so I'm focusing on planting native flowering plants to feed the local bees, seeing lots of different species lately, which is fun. Oh my gosh, Irini said, we also have a lot of wildfires all over Greece. It's scary. It really is. It's awful. Did you guys hear that? That was weird. Evie said we just reinforced them on the part put on the deck boards. I'm not sure. And now that I feel real good about myself, I'm thinking of extending it 5 feet. That's a good idea. Rhonda said it was a really nice vacation and we needed it. I've discovered that I need to find a quiet place with trees to just sit and listen to nature. It was so good for my mental health. That was one of the things that I liked the most about, like, when we went on our trip to Colorado and Wyoming and stuff. What we saw in nature was just so much fun. Oh, bottom part. Evie's bottom part of the deck. I got it. You reinforce the bottom part and put on new deck boards. Is that what you're saying? Tracy said, thank you, Sarah. We've actually been adding quite a few plants, but I just bought some trumpet vine because they like it, right? The bees and the hummingbirds like the trumpet vine. Crystal said, I miss seeing my local fat bumblebees this year. The dandelions didn't come up when they should have. Really? How come? Okay, Alice didn't hear it. I think it's my neighbors. I clanging or dropping something. They're kind of far away, but I heard it pretty clearly. Sarah said the fires in Canada have been causing haze and smoke here in Virginia. Okay, that's quite a bit further. Robin said, hi, all just popping in for a few. Hello, Robin. Aaron said the peace of the woods is why we moved 1,300 miles away to our new home. Wow, 1,300 miles. Rhonda said, Sarah, I grew up in Virginia. I'm a Fairfax County kid. I will say this about the woods, which I do love the woods because they're like all along behind us. The bugs. The bugs and the spiders and the little critters like the chipmunks and the mice. You're just like fighting them all the time. I don't want to fight them. But I don't want it in the house either. Crystal said it was too cool for them at the time. Oh, okay. She said, my landlady hates me for refusing to mow my lawn right away. Too bad. Teen said, get ready. That trumpet vine will take over if you let it. I will. I've been trying to figure out where to plant it so that I don't have to worry so much about that. And I haven't figured it out. Alice said, Canada smoke apparently reaching Florida, but I don't think I've smelled it. That's amazing. It's awful. It's awful that the fires are big enough to do that. Wrap your mind around it. Sarah said, I'm in Rockingham County. Teen said I had to rip one out here because it was choking out my passion fruit. Well, we won't have to worry about that, Teen. We could never grow passion fruit here. All right, Kathy. I feel that in my soul. She said, ready to drum card, had to clear space. Aaron said, no joke. So you know, Aaron, with the spiders and the bugs. Ugh. Eileen said, my mom told me that the smoke from Canada even reached the north of France. We have them naturally, Margarita. She said, plant milkweed for the monarchs. They just come up here. And I will not let John pull them out or cut them. Oh, you know me. Rico said my indigo Sofriticosa, I don't know, is growing so good. I want a little forest of them. That's fun. That's a good idea. Stabby. Planted in your neighbor's yard. We actually have an arbor in between our two houses that had grapes on one side and raspberries on the other, but I think everything's kind of like died down because it wasn't being maintained. Technically, it's on our side, I think. Sarah said I planted some mint and it's taking over my. Oh no, you never plant the herb outside, or the herb, the mint outside. I mean, in the ground. We do it in the containers. They just, it's invasive. She said the bees love the flowers. Rhonda said, Aaron, I used to be able to stand in my driveway and hear all kinds of animals since the fire. We were living in the city. I didn't realize how much I missed the peaceful life away from the noise. Oh, really? Eileen said, I am almost sure you can grow passion fruit. What? I don't think so. She said it grows here in London. Like, we don't even have a tomato yet because our growing season is so short. It's forever before we can plant stuff because of the freezes at night. Wendy said went to Estes Park Fiber Festival in June. So much fun. They have a wool market and the animals. It did rain for a bit though, so outdoor stuff was canceled or postponed. I try to go every other year. Nice. Aaron said we went from the Utah high desert to the Ozarks. So many creepy crawling things and snakes that can kill you. It's definitely more of that in the Ozarks than it is here. We don't have any. I don't think we have any venomous snakes in Michigan. We have a couple snakes. Do we have any venomous ones? Hi Amanda. In fact, like 2 summers ago, John saw a hognose, I can't remember, rat something, and they look like a rattlesnake, and both of us were like, what is that? It was nothing. They won't hurt you. Robin said I keep planting milkweed and cannot get it to grow. We're in the Arizona desert, but others here have had luck, not me. Hello, Kenzie. We don't even have to plant it. It's just all over. Aaron said we went back to visit for 2 weeks and I couldn't sleep at night in town. So noisy. I'm sure that would be like that for me now. Shaylee said, so my drum carder is secondhand and I got a lot of fiber out from between the washer and the side of the brush. Now the front brush spins way too freely and does not card well. Any tips? What kind do you have, Shaylee? Is there something to tighten it down? That should not happen like that. I would need to know what kind you have. I need to know more. Sarah said the mint is in this weird spot between my front porch and the sidewalk, so it's bounded up. That's good. On 3 sides by concrete. That way I only have to fight it on one front. Seriously, it is so invasive. Rhonda said my aunt had a lemon tree that she grew from a seed that was in her iced tea. My granddad made a trolley with wheels so she could easily move it in and out throughout the sliding door. I loved it. Lived for years. That's so sweet. Diana said when I went to the Flagstaff Fiber Festival, it rained. It didn't stop us from dyeing scarves with mushrooms huddled under umbrellas. Fiber people are hardy. Elizabeth said you probably don't have any killer biting nopes because we don't have any in northern Indiana. I don't think we do. Northern Indiana either, in the southern part and below. Exactly. That's exactly what I mean. I did that, Rhonda, when I had poor Lorenzo. Rest in peace. But I did it too soon. He wasn't ready. Aaron said, Robin, try planting it under a tree. That's where I got it to take in Utah. Ashford. I used to have an Ashford. Carrie said, with Ashford Carters, I know there's a way to move the liquor and the drum back and forth. I need to think about it, Shaylee. Did you take it apart to get all the extra fiber out? Tina said, just walked into the AC, feels so good. Teen said, I miss falling asleep to the crickets and waking up to the birds when I visit the U.S. The insulated houses make things go silent, so silent. I actually don't hear stuff at night because I have so much white noise. Robin said, Diana Steele, how was the Flagstaff Festival this time? I missed it. Danger noodles, Carrie said. Kathy said, so drum Carter band is stiff, won't roll. I'm going to dip it in warm water to see if it will come back. Any other ideas? Is it old, Kathy? Because sometimes they just get kind of brittle and like stiff like that. And you can just go on McMaster-Carr and buy a new one or go get it. I mean, they're not that hard to or expensive to get, but other than dipping it in warm water, I don't know of anything else. Tina said, I miss that too from growing up in the country. I play the sounds on my phone right now, but just not the same. No. Shaylee said, thank you to Carrie about the moving back and forth. Tina said, just had to sprinkle rattlesnake repellent around our property. Oh, no. She doesn't want to find him on the porch. No. Elizabeth said to Carrie, the lack of killer nope-nopes is one of the only positive that keeps me here instead of going home to my Blue Ridge Mountains. You know, you guys have heard me. Oh, that's right, the Massasauga rattlesnake. But that's not like a killer one. I mean, it is venomous, but you're not going to die. You know what I mean? Sorry. I scared Luther moving. Nyla said Ashford is very good at answering questions for you. They are very good. And if you can't figure it out, Shaylee, one of the things that I've done before with other like vendors and stuff is make a video of what's going on and put it on your channel and make it so that no one can access it unless you actually send them a link, and then send the link in your email to Ashford so they can look back and see exactly what's going on, and they can probably tell you immediately what you need to do. Lisa said, we do have rattlesnakes in Michigan, but they're nowhere near at sea. That's that exactly. Lisa, I see you, girl. Another Michigander. Cindy said, listening to you all inspired me to dig through my numerous Bankers boxes of yarn to find two skeins I know I have somewhere. Found them. They were in the last box. Of course. That is Murphy's Law of hidden yarn. If you have 20 boxes, it'll be in the 20th one. If you have 5 boxes, it'll be in the 5th one. Tina said, I grew up with those. Now I just have friendly garter snakes. Like we have blue rat killers. That's not it. Or maybe they're gray, whatever, but they're actually blue. Diana said, Robin, it was great. I only started spinning in April, so I went a little overboard on fiber. I got some merino alpaca, a full Icelandic fleece, some dyed merino, a Turkish spindle. We can say Icelandic. Never mind. We're not supposed to say it in front of Lisa McCaskill. Everybody. Elizabeth said to Carrie, I agree mostly, but there are so many different kinds of snakes in North Carolina. Anne said, I grew up in Texas where everything either stinks, sticks, or stings. It's so nice to be in Ohio where the only venomous snakes are in the hills close to West Virginia. Diana said, a Snyder Top World drop spindle. Nice. Oh, Rock said, just finished spinning some Polypay and Rambouillet blend. Roving. Interesting blend. Did you buy it that way or did you do it? Oh, Kathy said, mine is a Strouch. Yeah, it is an old one probably then, huh? Shoosh. I don't know. I hope the warm water works. Lisa's got to go. Hubby taking me out to the movies. Have fun. Tina said, live right on the Columbia River in eastern Washington. Very dry, so we have snakes and spiders. Woo. Whenever you're near water, you have the grossest spiders. I don't know what that is, but ugh. Rock said, got a used woolly winder last week, and what isn't that fun? It has made him being able to focus on my spinning technique. Yeah. Oh, Leaf Livestock. Okay. That's an interesting blend that I don't know if I would put together, but I bet that the Polypay makes it like more springy. It sounds interesting. Elizabeth said it never fails that every year I have friends on Facebook posting pics of copperheads hanging over their door frames or hiding inside under kids' yard toys. Does that make you want to stay, Elizabeth? Because I'm telling you, snakes don't really freak me out that much, but I also don't live somewhere where they're gonna like surprise me, you know? Tina said, "Yep, I have blue and yellow garter snakes. Drives my neighbors crazy, but heck, they eat things I don't." Yeah, it's good when they're non venomous. Let them eat the little. Ugh. Rhonda said, "Rox, I'd love to have a woolly winder. So glad you were able to get one. I love mine." Robin said, "How fun! Now you have lots to play with." Sounds like a good haul from a fiber festival. Hey, Stacy's. Stacy said it's been a while, busy with vacation to New York City and getting our only child leaving next month to Penn State. Oh, main campus. Also, my free alpaca fleece is spinning so nice. That is wonderful. Is this your first like time with your child going to college? Because it's a tough one. Diana said, "Robin, are you close to Central Arizona? It would be nice to have a fiber friend close by. I love it." Aaron said, "We have a spider with a body the size of a quarter on the back deck, and the kids have named it Charlotte." Oh, that's nice. If you can make friends with it, I think that's good. I mean, they do eat a lot of bugs. I just wish they wouldn't try to live in my house quite so much. Jerry said, "Tina, I have a good friend in Prosser, Washington. It's so beautiful out there." Kim, hi. Kim said, "The woolly winder is my new temptation. Congrats." Kim, you know what? I just realized this morning that I didn't answer your last email. So I'm going to do that probably in the next day or two. I know no pressure or anything. I did not, I just feel bad a little bit. Alice said, "Those blue gold garter snakes are gorgeous. I've only seen one wild before, fell in love." Oh, Robin, that must be nice. She said they're in Lake Havasu. Oh my gosh, Missy, what? She said, "I feed the black snakes eggs from my kitchen. They help keep the copperheads away." There you go. Perfect. What do they call that when you buy the buy one species to keep another one under control? There's a word for that. You know, like people buy those teeny tiny little hornets or whatever they are to keep moths away. Are they hornets or wasps? Anne said, "Does anyone use a level winding system on a matchless? I have so many bobbins for mine. I hate to not be able to use them." I think Kim Line does. She's in the group. You could tag her. I'm pretty sure she does. Is it on a matchless? I think. Teen said I could use a yard snake to deal with my roof rats. Too bad so many of them here will kill you. Oh, the snakes, not the rats. I had a moment. Whoa, that scared me. Diana is in Winslow, Arizona. I want to sing, but I'm not going to. I promise you, John's upstairs singing right now. Kim said, "You're fine." I know, but it was a good conversation, and I would like to keep it going if you don't mind. No pressure. Danielle said, "If you have to cast on 300 for a sweater, which is your preference? Bottom up. The pattern doesn't suggest a specific way." It kind of depends on how I want it to fit for me, but either tubular or I like well, it might be German twisted, or what is the other one that's like German twisted? Some rocks will know. Um it just depends on how I want it to fit. Like how much stretch I want it to have. If it's one that where it's got ribbing so it needs to pull in, all those things kind of make a difference for me. I'm sorry, that was not very helpful. Um Aaron said, "Tina, my family is from there. It's one of my favorite places to fish. It's beautiful." Rock said, "Danielle, I don't, what's LTCO? Spit splice the two tails together and then cut the thumb after you finish casting on. No measuring. Oh, long tail. That's the one I was trying to think of. That's not even a hard one to remember. I don't know why I couldn't. Robin said, yes, that's a little far. Bummer. There aren't many fiber people around here. Rhonda said, Danielle, I prefer to knit a sweater top down so you can try it on and adjust fit as you go. That's a good tip. Stacy said, yes, only one. We are both beside ourselves. It is so hard. I'm sorry. She said, it's hard. I did so much with her. It's hard. Plus my first fleece. Try grilled octopus in New York City. Awesome. A year of firsts. You know what? I will say this, Stacy. I know it's not going to be helpful really in the moment, but it will actually get better. Yeah, I figured it out. But thank you, Missy. Biological control. Thank you. Oh, Kate said, I love German twisted or tubular. New to me, cast on is the China. I don't think we're supposed to say that anymore. Very stretchy and looks nice on the edge. I agree, Kate. That is a great one. I love that one for socks because it's so stretchy. And if it's at the top of a sock. Oh, excuse me. I think I'm bothering someone. Samantha said, I'm fighting with myself on what size weaving loom to get. Would a 32 be too big for a beginner? Samantha, I always tell everybody that you should get the biggest one you can afford and that you have space for, because you can always make a smaller project on it as a beginner. But as you progress, you will probably want more opportunity and more option to do bigger pieces. And so if you get the size of how much you warp it, it doesn't matter. Like you can always do a small warp on a big loom. But when you have a small loom, you can't always go bigger. You know what I'm saying? Does that help? I'm not very helpful. Kim said, I always thought my Arizona grandpa was making up roof rats. They're real. Rhonda said, Danielle, sorry, misread your question. I thought you were asking top down versus bottom up. Stacy, I've been told I should blend the alpaca with wool because of stretch. It will help with stretch. It depends on how you want it to be at the end. If you don't, it'll probably be very drapey. And it'll grow. But that's not always bad. Kathy said the Woolly Winder is wonderful. I use my Hanson e-spinner with Woolly Winder to ply. Oh, don't you love it for plying? And on my rows, I can use it for singles as well. Anne said best favorite splice for cotton yarn. You know what? I don't really splice cotton yarn very often. Does anybody else do it? Robin said roof rats are real and they are terrible. Kate said, I figured, what do we call it now? I know. I can't remember what there is a new name for it and I can't remember. Bye, Rocks. Margarita said, I went to a yarn shop in Michigan and one of the ladies there asked me if yarn stores existed in Texas. They do. Which one did you go to, Margarita? Stacy said, I'm trying to tell myself she's just going to camp for a few months. Stacy, I know. Believe me. I mean, I literally had 3 or 4 months where I was just... But it does get better. That's all I can tell you. Hang in there. Kathy said, for long amounts, I like using a knitted cast on. Oh, that's a nice one too. Yeah. Yeah, and then you don't have to worry about the tail. Rhonda said, Margarita, I bought my first wheel from a lady who moved to Texas from back east. She thought Texas wouldn't have local yarn stores and she'd need to make her own. Samantha said, yes, that helps. Thank you. Sometimes I feel like I overdo it. I feel less guilty. I feel like I've seen a lot of people buy like the Cricut or 16-inch one, and there is nothing wrong with those. Absolutely nothing. And sometimes that's perfect for your budget, or one of them comes up that's a really good deal, or, you know, perfect for the space you have. Like they're great. But a lot of people quickly say, oh, I wish I could make something bigger. You know what I mean? Carrie found the how to adjust the drum carder. Thank you, Carrie. You're so awesome. Melissa said, I've seen splicing. Are you joining a new ball of yarn? Rhonda uses the Russian join. Do you go a little longer, Rhonda, than you would if it was wool? Because I love a Russian join. I always tell John I'm going to teach him how to do it and get him to do it for me, but I love them. And I feel like if I was doing cotton, I might go a little longer. But once you knit any of it together, it's like, where's it going to go? Right? Okay. It worked for Kathy. Good. The hot water soak. That's great. Diana said we had a yarn store in Flagstaff, which is an hour away, but it closed last October. Yarn on Front. I don't know if I know where that is. By Dreamweaver. Sandy, right? Sandy. I am going in a minute to a Dowagiac. Okay. I'm going to go too, you guys. I appreciate you. I hope you had fun on the tour. I loved it. And I honestly can't wait for prizes. They're really good this year. I really appreciate all the donations. Our Anne, our Carrie, Elizabeth doesn't know it, but she had a donation that's going in. Elsbeth donated. We got a lot of donations. I mean, it's been wonderful. So fun. So I will see you guys, Tuesday. And then back here next week. Have a good week, though. I love you. Bye.